Hey, David Montoya here with Corey McNally, and back here again with the Stonemakers Update. You know, it's been a while since we did an update, and really, I guess we've been busy, man.
Very busy.
You know, in wintertime, you think that we've been slowed down, but it's just been ridiculously busy. And that's, you know, we even have some back-to-back trainings coming up, and it's so we're really kind of going and blowing. We just got back from the World of Concrete. I know you weren't able to go. You had to stay here with the nice snowstorm, nice and cozy.
Beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather. See, people in New England, they just get used to it. You can tell them, "Oh my, how can you do it?" And they just go, "We love it, man." And so, you know, I think that we're used to it enough. But I think you get used to it because every now and then we get to go out and do our training, right? So
exactly.
Go to Florida in a week and you know, get your vacation and come right back down. There you go. We get all our vitamin D we need. We were at the World of Concrete. It was always a good time. World of Concrete. We're able to show off all the things that we're doing. And more than anything, we were able to show a lot of the modular systems. We poured on the pavement there a pond, planter, everything. Hour and a half, we finished the bottom part. A lot of people were freaking out. They're like, "You're just throwing that stuff there? What are you doing with it?" And of course, we'll show in a video here. We just poured it down on the ground and voila, pond, 2 planters, rock-looking carving. And then we got our modular system, waterfall.
Yes.
Put it right on top of it. And
fire pits too.
What's that?
Fire pits too.
The fire pit, yeah. And the countertop. So,
yes.
And if we'd have had no snow here, nothing stopping the
shipping,
I think we'd have had all of this. Well, a lot more of that. We have the big stump fire pit, which is very exciting. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Listen, guys, tell them a little bit about coming back to retraining and what we're doing.
Retraining, I always feel is very important. Not only for you guys to come back and see what we have new on the plate, but also you guys been out there, experienced some new things. Maybe you bring something back to us. I like learning from everyone that I can, so it's a great collaboration of, you know, your knowledge and our knowledge and a shared knowledge throughout everyone. So please do. I highly recommend it all the time. Whether everything's going great for you or it's slow, it's always best to come back and we move forward as one. So
absolutely. And you know, repetition is the mother of learning, and so that's real important that they do that all the time. All right, now we got the home shows coming up again in the springtime. Everybody's got their home show coming up. That being said, there's some home show material that might help them, even in estimating or going out and looking at jobs. We have a hardscape book that has a lot of our drawings in it, and we have a waterfall. We also have we have all kinds of different books. So if you get a chance, you got a home show and you really want some, maybe on retainer walls, we have a whole book here that's on nothing but a lot of the projects that we've done, and you're able to show these to customers so that you can you know, give ideas and different things. People say, "Oh yeah, look at that! Wow, this is nice." Or so this is a really good photo album. It's quality, and in some cases, now these run about $140, $150. In some cases, if you need to, just let us know. We can actually put your name on there. So if you have, if you want one of these books and you want to have it customized, you know, I think that includes almost 100 pages of 80 to 100 pages of just tons of quality photos of different waterfalls, retainer walls, or what have you. These are pretty nice stuff.
Yeah.
And it's projects that we've done, and it's all part of Stonemakers, so you're able to do that. So you know, and not only that, on the design thing is nice because a lot of times, you know, they're asking for drawings or this and that. So this is the way to go because it has the drawing in a book with already designed. It might not be their custom or personalized design, but it's an idea.
Perspective.
Right, so they can go on with it. And I'm sure you get a lot of calls with people that have different ideas and stuff. I know Steve and Mike and you guys do. So another thing, tell them about con and really kind of tying in before they start pouring concrete.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your first time, especially if it's your first time, always call ahead. It doesn't hurt to double check yourself. That way we'll go through a checklist with you, make sure everything's on point. The last thing you want is to get on site, start pouring wet mud, and then issues come up. We can support you then too, but it's best, you know, chance favors a prepared mind. So absolutely call.
And speaking of which, the modular. So tell them what kind of modular things we have, and I'll show you the pictures as you talk about them.
Well, we're going to start with a waterfall that we have that we're
How many pieces is that?
It's a 4-piece waterfall.
Now, the other one we had was almost 28 pieces.
Yes.
So it was more square, and it wasn't as good a design. So this one here...
No, yeah, we've learned from that, and we're moving forward with that. This one's a lot simpler, easier to put together, a lot easier to put together. I think it looks more quality, and it lets you kind of change it around the look as you feel, as the area you're in or whatnot.
I like that nice big drop that it has.
Yes.
It has a big drop, it goes straight into it, and has that big solid rock. Here's a good thing, and look at the drawing that I have there, and Corey, there's a lot of places that require licensing. So if you're a dealer and you got to have a licensing to pour concrete, but if you do it with these modular systems, it's basically like buying a fountain somewhere. They just put it installed. You don't really need licensing in a lot of states compared.
No, you
in this
put a
state.
liner right under it.
I don't think any state. I don't know for sure, but I mean, I would assume that you wouldn't. And the reason I say that is because if you look at the drawing I have here, it is a big rock at the bottom. You can actually dig a hole, put a liner in it, put the pump in there, stick the big rock, the big rock that you put at the bottom there, on the top, and then put your 2 rocks there, let it come up and recirculate. What's nice about that, in areas where you might get a lot of green water, it's going to keep it a little bit cleaner because you have the filter of all the rocks.
A natural filter, yeah.
Right, and then if it tries to evaporate, you'll lose a lot of the water because it hits the rocks and just condenses and goes back into the pond.
Yes.
And that is a great way to keep the water in the pond. It's clean, you don't have a lot of maintenance, and you still got that wonderful rushing sound of the water.
Absolutely. It's great design.
Okay, so we have now. See, those are easy to build with a liner at the home shows.
Yeah, great for home shows. Very movable. Each piece can be put on a pallet and easily brought into a building and right back out. Yeah. All the modular stuff is very good for home shows.
That really changes it up, and the reason being is because even through the panel system and framing and stuff like that, it's hard to figure out a design. Where this is in a mold, it's just A, B, and they put it together, and it is done, and it comes out the same way just about almost every time. And of course, as you were saying, you can change it up.
Yeah, you can change it up. You can position the rocks as you see fit. If you want the spill to be on the left, the spill can be on the left, vice versa. Everything comes with a backer now too, which is going to help you as far as manipulating the mud in there. It's not going to be flopping over. You're not going to have issues putting it together. So that's a big change on this one.
And of course, we have videos and PDFs on how to put it together and everything like that. So this has been a long process trying to put all this together. And there is on all the modular products. So what else we got?
Well, we have several fire pits that are going to come out, which would be the stump fire pit.
And you notice there's the mold there. And the mold and the fire pit there, they just put the mud into that and then pop it and...
Yeah, it would be inside the backer. They put the mud in, pop it out.
And there it is. There it is. They just got to color it.
Color it, and that's it. Insert your pan.
What are we talking price and hours? I mean, cost, we shouldn't go into that. I think you need to call the office and we'll go into the cost. But it's real minimal. I mean, they can make this thing for very inexpensively. And boy, I tell you what, the value that you can produce with it. Yes. Now, what are we talking time-wise to pop, make a mold and pop it?
Let's say everyone kind of knows the look of the stump fire pit. So take that into perspective. Molding that is probably going to take you, I don't know, I'd like to say somewhere around 45 minutes for 2 guys taking their time and doing quality work.
Now, how many bags does that big?
It takes about 6 bags.
See, so we know how much 6 bags cost. So you can just figure that as your cost going in it, not including color or labor, but just that. So it goes in and then pop it in 3 hours maybe?
Other than moving it to the site, your labor's done. You'll color it, but again, it's not going to take that long.
You know what's great about this, Corey, is that they can get these, make them, stack them on top of each other, even before they color them. That way you don't scratch them up, and keep them at in their backyard if they needed to, or at their shop or whatever. And during the winter months, just make a bunch of them, and then have them all ready to go to all the nurseries. They can sell them to nurseries.
For sure.
They can resell them to anybody, and just sell the heck out of it. What a great income. This is a great way to make some side income on your business and really help you pay a lot of stuff. And of course, you have to adorn. You also have the stump fire pit. Oh no, you have the stump fire pit and the stack stone.
Yes, we have the
stack stone. Now that's
one
we did at Vegas. Tell them how easy that thing is.
It's just as simple. You're gonna have 4 sides, mold those. You're gonna tie them together in some quick mud. Another thing about these fire pits is a lot of people ask, especially about the stump, but the stack stones also is, hey, I mean, how can I just want a fire pit. Can I get a half-yard truck, or do I have to mix all this concrete? Well, that alleviates all that. Having to pay for all that stuff, or a short load on your truck. So that's another advantage.
Plus they can move it.
Right.
That's the big thing. So if they do make it in their shop, they can put it in the back of the truck and take it to a nursery, a customer, a stone yard, or anybody that wants to get it and resell it or buy it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now that looks really nice. Now, tell them about the top though. That top is just so, that's kind of a, yes. Corey's, he came up with that whole thing there. And tell us about how you...
To be honest, I mean, it's very easy, not complex at all. All we're doing is creating a form with some foam.
On top of the existing, in fact, you did, right?
Yes.
So.
And pouring into it, and you're just going to pop it out. And there's different color techniques and everything that you can do. We have our techniques, and I'm sure you can figure some out too. But very easy, very simple.
Polish it and a clean sealer,
yep.
Like a heavy sealer.
Yep.
And that's it.
Done.
You don't need polyaspartic, none of that stuff. One other thing about it is that our products are very, they're really high. I mean, you can they get some high heat on them.
Yes.
We've tested
Absolutely.
These things pretty good, so that our product is really, really good with the heat. You're not gonna get the cracking or any of that stuff, like it's already a compressed product. So you have the stump fire pit, then you have the cliff rock fire pit, which is pretty much the same thing. It just says cliff rock.
Just cliff rock. And then we have two styles of benches now. One is going to be a wood grain bench that looks like a plank of wood.
Well, show it right there. There it is.
And that's going to have two stumps for the stands, and that's under there. So it's a 3-piece unit. And also, vice versa, we have a stone bench, which again will have the stone pillars under it,
and
holding it up.
The rock under it. Like
Yep.
You know what's nice about that? You could, if you're going to sell a fire pit, you always want to sell the benches. But
Absolutely.
You could sell like 2 benches in a fire pit, $3,500, or a package and stuff like that.
Yep.
For the cost of putting it together, boy, that's some serious money. You sell even 1 or 2 of those a week.
Yeah.
And so that's really where it is. Now, if you have it, the idea is to have it at at different wood yards, stone yards, whatever. So now you say, well, if I had a place I could sell it all the time. Well, you guys are always waiting for your home shows. Take them over there, and on Saturdays when you have people coming over to buy plants, post up over there and hand out flyers, and this is what we do. Here's the
Absolutely.
Waterfall. I think any nursery would love to have something like that. And even beyond that, tell them about the which I'm real excited about, and that is the outdoor kitchen.
The outdoor kitchen is something that we're working on right now. Something that is easy to put together, that's going to have different veneer looks on it. Again, we'll kind of roll with the same concept with the top, but we want something simple that you're going to get several different types of stone look on it. Maybe cliff rock, an ashlar veneer, stack stone, whichever it may be, but something very simple. It's going to run right with the rest of the modular kit.
Right, and what's great about this is you don't have to do the insert, you got to build the infrastructure, and then regularly build the infrastructure, then you got to put your backer or plywood on it, and then you got to put wire mesh, and then you got to put a scratch coat, and then you got to go out and how much that stuff, $7-8 square foot at the very least,
right.
Of putting on veneer, and how long the labor to take that and put that on. This right here is just just like the fire pit.
Yes, it's going to go together very easy.
That's exciting. That's coming up very soon. It takes a while to get everything as quick as we get it established where we can resell it or really duplicate it, then we get it to you guys. And so we're excited to bring the modular system. There's going to be an email going out about this, and you probably got the email if you're watching this anyway. So.
Yes, for sure.
And so when you get it, call in for pricing. We should have our pricing on it very quickly, so call Mike or Steve or Corey and get all the details as to how quick you can get a mold. So that you can start, putting these up at your home show or even reselling these at nurseries and that type of thing there.
Absolutely.
All right. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
We're going good.
Yeah.
All right. Corey McNally, David Montoya. We'll see you on the next update.